Hi everyone, in this video we're going to look at latitude and longitude. The Earth's surface is divided into parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude, which are imaginary lines on the Earth's surface forming circles and a grid. This imaginary grid is used to specify the position of a point on the Earth's surface. Latitude is an angle north or south of the equator, and longitude is an angle east or west of the Greenwich meridian. So let's have a look at those lines now. So as you can see, we've got our equator here, okay? The Greenwich meridian is right here. And you can see if we travel west of that, okay, it starts at 10 degrees west. If we travel east of it, that point there is 10 degrees east. And you can see we move all the way around. And around the other side of the globe, it gets to 180 degrees west, 180 degrees east. And this is known as the international date line. When we're looking at our longitude and latitude, okay, our latitude runs here, and in the statement before, we'll always give the point whether it's south of the equator or north of the equator, and then we'll give our longitude, which whether it is east or west of the Greenwich meridian. So for example, if I had this point here, okay, I'm going from the equator, it's 10 degrees south. So 10 degrees south, and then we will look from the Greenwich meridian, it's 20 degrees east. So that's how I could identify that coordinate there. Let's have a look at some examples now. So with this first one, we need to identify the position of A on the Earth's surface. So A is here. So pause the video here and have a go at solving that problem. Okay, let's have a look at it. So first of all, I'm starting at the equator. I can see point A is 35 degrees south. So 35 degrees south, and then I'm going to look. It is 25 degrees east. So 25 degrees east. So that's the coordinate of town A. In example 2, Emma is in Sydney, 43 degrees south, 150 degrees east, and is flying to Singapore, 1 degree north, 105 degrees east. Her plane is scheduled to leave Sydney at 9:45 p.m. on Friday, Sydney time. The total flight time is 8 hours and 30 minutes. What time and day will it be in Singapore when Emma arrives? Okay, I'm going to underline some key points in this question. Okay, so first of all, we need to identify the difference in our longitude, because that's how we're going to work out the time difference between Sydney and Singapore. Earlier, we said that there's 360 degrees of longitude. So if we divide that by 24 for 24 hours in a day, that works out to be 15 degrees is equivalent to 1 hour. So what we're going to do is look at Sydney, and in particular 150 degrees, and then Singapore 105 degrees. So I'm going to go 150 minus 105, and that's going to work out to be 45 degrees. So now I worked out before that 15 degrees is equivalent to 1 hour. So 45 degrees divided by 15 degrees is going to work out to be 3 hours. So the time difference is 3 hours. The difference is 3 hours. And we need to have a look here. So Sydney is further to the east than Singapore. So Sydney at 9:45 means that Singapore is behind Sydney in time. So Singapore at that particular point, 3 hours behind 9:45 is going to be 6:45 p.m. on a Friday. So now we're getting somewhere with this problem. We know that the flight time is 8 hours and 30 minutes. So now, Singapore, we need to go 6 hours or 6:45 p.m. We need to add 8 hours and 30 minutes to that. And that's going to work out to be 3:15 a.m. And it did ask us what day. So Saturday morning that plane will land in Singapore. So 3:15 a.m. Singapore time. Let's move on and have a look at our last question now. So we're given the time zone and location for two cities, which are in the table below. So we've got Melbourne and we've got Dubai. We've got their latitude and then we've got their longitude. We've got the time zone. Okay, so just looking at those straight away, I can see that there's a 6 hours difference and Melbourne's going to be 6 hours ahead of Dubai. The first question, A, calculate the difference in latitude between Melbourne and Dubai. Okay, latitude. So you've got to think of our globe. So I'm going to draw a globe here, our equator. Okay, so remember our equator is at 0 degrees. Now, Melbourne is 38 degrees south. So I'm going to picture Melbourne approximately there, 38 degrees south. And then Dubai, okay, let's say it's up here. Dubai, and it's 24 degrees north. So the difference in latitude, I need to go from Melbourne to the equator, 38 degrees, and then from the equator to Dubai, I need to go another 24 degrees. So looking at that, 38 plus 24, okay, that's going to work out to be 62 degrees. So the difference in latitude between Melbourne and Dubai is 62 degrees. Okay, part B. A plane leaves Melbourne Friday at 11:30 p.m. The flight time to Dubai is 15 hours. What will the time and day in Dubai be when the plane is due to land? Okay, again, I'm underlining some points here. So Melbourne, flight time is 15 hours. So again, with this problem, I'm going to try and calculate the time in Dubai when the plane leaves Melbourne. So we looked at the time difference. Dubai is going to be 6 hours behind Melbourne. So therefore, if we go back from 11:30 p.m., 6 hours, so that's going to be Dubai. It's going to be equal to 5:30 p.m. Friday. Okay, so now we're looking 5:30 p.m. on Friday. We need to add 15 hours. So if we go ahead 12 hours, that's going to get us to 5:30 a.m. and then we need to add 3 more hours. So the plane lands at 8:30 a.m. and it's going to be Saturday in Dubai. So again, with that problem, we worked out the time difference. It gave us the time zone there, and we could see that there was a 6 hour time difference and Dubai was 6 hours behind Melbourne. We identified what the time was in Dubai, which was equivalent to Melbourne, and we said that that was 5:30 p.m. when the plane left. Added the 15 hours for flight time, and we identified that the plane lands at 8:30 a.m. Saturday.